Welcome to the Healing Hour, and I'm your host, Tyhson J, and this is a live talk-in show, so please phone in and talk, right? 1-866-369-7464. Get your question about dowsing energy healing answered. What is your moon power days? What's up on planet Earth? What are you going through? And whether you need some help to get from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest amount of time. And here's my lovely host, Kory Varlen, and she's got lots to say today. All right, take it away.
Well, as usual, Tyson, I always have lots to say. I wanted to just do a quick review of Friday the 13th because it was such an amazing day. I had almost 3,000 hits on my website. I was just amazed. I did this little, I do my little Instagram videos, and I just wanted to tell people why Friday the 13th is so special. Like, do you know why Friday the 13th is so cool?
Because people think it's spooky.
And do you know why?
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, Friday the 13th has two things going for it. First of all, it's Friday, and Friday is, in French, if you speak French, is vendredi, which is Venus. It comes from the Latin. Friday is always associated with the planet Venus.
Oh, lots of love.
Yes, and 13 is associated, that's the goddess number, because 13 is the amount of lunar returns we get every year. So you may know this if you've been around women. A woman's menstrual cycle is usually about 28 days. If you multiply 28 by 13, you get 364. So there's actually 13 cycles of the moon in a year. And so the combination of the 13 and Friday has a very, very spiritual quality to the goddess. So
I don't understand. So if you have all those cycles of the menstrual cycle, then why is the 13th on Friday? Why is that any different than any other moon cycle, beginning and end?
Well, it's when Friday aligns with the 13th day of the month. That's the goddess energy coming full force.
All right. Well, we need a lot of goddess energy. This planet needs a lot of goddess energy, but for sure.
We certainly do.
All and goddesses stand up.
I encourage all goddesses out there, all defiant crones, all healing crones, goddesses, maidens, please come forward because we need all the help we can get.
That's right. Be part of the planetary cleanup crew. Let's get to work.
And one of the things I want to talk about today is the planet Venus, because Venus has just moved into Libra.
Oh, the ruling Venus planet of Libra.
Well, in the tropical zodiac, Venus is the ruler of two signs. One of them is Taurus and one of them is Libra. Oh. And so all of you Librans out there today and Tauruses, well, my darlings, this is your day, because when Venus moves into Libra, and it's also just gone over the equinox point in the sky, right on the ecliptic. So it's a very powerful time for Librans to really, really start to love themselves. If you've had any trouble with codependency issues, many Librans do, this is the start of what could be a glorious, glorious month for you.
Wow. It must be important because my alarm's going off in the bedroom, so it's trying to tell me something. I don't know what, but alarms are ringing everywhere, right? Pay attention.
Well, it's an important day. There's a lot.
Not only that, it's the end of my 3-day power cycle too, right? So there's a triple whammy in there, right?
Yes. So here we are now. Venus has just moved into Libra. I'm just checking in my ephemeris. Venus will be moving through the constellation in the Western zodiac until Saturday, September the 11th, at which time she will move into Scorpio territory. But between now and the aforementioned September the 11th, my God, 9/11, Tyson. 9/11, it switches. So right up until the 11th of September, we have Venus moving through Libra, which will give a lot of people a greater sense of, I think, balance in their life. And so if you are a Libran, if you have a Libran ascendant, or if you have your moon in Libra, this could be a really wonderful period coming up.
So you're saying, if I understand correctly, this is a time where we really need to learn how to love ourselves unconditionally?
Well, and it's going to be helped because Venus moving through Libra, and she's making some really lovely aspects. She's making a very lovely trine aspect to Saturn, which is in Aquarius, and also to the transiting North Node in Gemini. And so all the air signs, Aquarius and Libra and Gemini, are all going to be benefiting from just a kind of a love-in fest, you know? So, yeah. And so
that's great. That's wonderful. I think that's important. Loving yourself comes first so that you're capable of loving others as much as you can love yourself.
Right. And I'm going to go through today while we have the hour to spend together. I'm going to go through all of the signs and just talk a little bit about what Venus will do for, every sign. Well, but there's another really powerful alignment that's happening today that I wanted to talk about that's affecting everybody.
All right. Welcome to the Healing Hour. And who do we have on the phone?
Hi, I was hoping to reach Tyhson. My name's Noah. I represent a company called Benji. You had, I believe, scheduled a call with me for this afternoon to go over our ad platform.
Well, I may have scheduled a call, but you're live on the Healing Hour, so probably we should reschedule.
Sounds great, my friend. Yeah, why don't we text about it after that?
Yeah, I have another show at 3.
Everyone on your show.
Yeah, right. So not free until around 4 Pacific time.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, bye for now. So even the business calls are important at this time. So the lines are open, and it's that easy, 1-866-369-7464, and we do answer the phone.
We do indeed. One thing I wanted to mention today, there's a rather difficult energy that's culminating today for everybody. And if you've noticed that you've been perhaps giving more of yourself than normally would be required, if you have felt in the last 4 or 5 days that you have to outperform, you have to give more than you feel that you should, if you feel that you've been kind of obligated, today's a good day to look at that. Today's a very good day to see how you're giving away your power, because a lot of people have been doing this in the last 4 or 5 days. I've noticed they've been kind of like trying to please people and going way overboard, and it's time to stop that. It's actually a really good day to just look at how you might be just selling yourself short, just for the admiration of other people. Like, I'm just telling people, stop it. Like, just stop it. This is not good for you.
Right. Just stop it already.
Yeah, just stop it.
All right. I'm going to stop it. But I'm not aware of that. But maybe I'm doing it subconsciously. Who knows, right?
Well, I had an appointment this morning, and the lady I was speaking to could definitely connect with what I was telling her. That disease of pleasing, and she really could yeah, that's really been going on.
Right.
I just really want to mention that, if you do feel that you are imbibing in that energy and have been in the last 4 or 5 days, again, just stop it.
Right.
And the way to stop it is by acknowledging that it's happening.
Right. Right. So you're going to go through and talk a little bit about how Libra is affecting each one of the signs, right?
I'm going to talk about, how Venus is.
Venus,
Libra. Yes, and
us Librans only think of the world from Libra, but yeah, Venus. We're talking about Venus, not Libra, right?
We're talking about the planet up there that shines so bright people think it's a UFO.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And for the Mayans, she was one of the most important planets. In fact, in all of the sacred sites in the temple complex, there's always a platform for communing with Venus, because Venus was the gateway to their ancestors. So it's been a very, very powerful planet in many, many different philosophies and religious groups, particularly the Mayan and the Olmec and the Toltecs.
Yes, yes. Well, for Scorpio, if Scorpios are listening, and I'm sure they are, this is a wonderful time for your psychic development. So it's a great time to be doing anything where you're involved in either working with people on a psychic level, or just having psychic experiences. In fact, many people with Scorpio rising or with the moon in Scorpio will feel like they're really in tune, because that's what Venus is going to do. She's going to really very gently and sweetly send you dreams, prophetic dreams, so your level of precognition will increase. So it's going to be a very interesting time for Scorpios up until September the 11th. And I will move on to Sagittarius.
All right.
Tyson, if you're a Sagittarian, the Venus energy is going to light up the area that deals with your friends.
And does that include Sagittarius rising?
It does, or the moon in Sagittarius.
Right.
But especially if you have a Sagittarian ascendant, all you tall people out there,
Right.
you're going to really feel like, hey, like we're finally coming out of this freaking COVID-19 quarantine business. And your social life should really start picking up as of today.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds good, because it's getting really boring in my world around that.
Well, and again, I always encourage my clients to be proactive and to pull this energy to them. So I not only tell people what the energy is, Tyson, but I encourage everybody, it's like to kind of pull your future to you in the present. And so knowing this energy.
How do you suggest doing that?
Well, just knowing the energy, knowing it, and then, okay, well, you just ask yourself, well, what did Kory just say about me if I'm a Sagittarian? So I'm saying social life, your communal activities. And so what you do is that you put even more, energy into that area of your life.
Right.
So you don't just go home and sit on your ass or sit on the couch and watch Netflix. No. You start phoning up people. You start going to meetings. You might go back to church if you haven't been to church in 20 years. Like, you're doing things on a very social level.
Make yourself available, right?
Yes. Make yourself available, because that's what the universe, that's the wave that's sending you. So why not get on your surfboard and ride it?
Yeah, no more hiding. No more hiding. All right. Well, that's good, because I have somebody coming for tea at 4, so something's happening.
Good. So
Yeah.
if you're a Capricorn, the lovely goddess Venus is moving through the sector that deals with your career. So it's a really good time to be advertising. So if you're a Capricorn ascendant, or a moon in Capricorn, start putting some money towards the way you appear in the world in terms of your career or your business.
Right. Get out there and market.
Get out there and market yourself. Exactly. Yes.
Right.
And if you're an Aquarian, Venus is moving through a part of your chart that deals with foreign travel and big plans for trips.
Right. You're more diplomatic, adventurous diplomat. Go out and traveling about.
So again, like you say, what good is this information? Well, if you're an Aquarian, or you have a moon in Aquarius or an Aquarius ascendant, call up your travel agent. What's going on? Look at WestJet. Look at United Airlines. Look at Ryanair. Plan a trip.
Yeah, or maybe you're being called to some sort of convention or whatever that you haven't thought about, right? Because you weren't in a traveling mood.
Yes, and the other thing too is, I know your retreat's coming up in September. If you're an Aquarian and you live outside of Canada or outside of British Columbia, the Venus energy will encourage you to move out of your comfort zone and move into more of a, shall we say, a foreign environment.
Wow.
So it's great for Aquarians to make plans to do anything that, in terms of, heightened awareness of their, philosophy, their spirituality, their religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the energy.
Don't Aquarians sort of get stuck in their comfort zone? So that's sort of like, hey, you got to sort of venture out of your comfort zone? Or am I getting that wrong?
No, Aquarians, sometimes, all the signs get sold a bill of goods because they've become like caricatures,
Right, yeah.
People have these really strange ideas of
About
the
who's
sign.
who, yeah, who's who in this.
Yeah. And Aquarians are actually, they're not as flexible as people make them out to be.
Right.
They do have a rather stubborn streak because they believe in their principles, and they won't change their principles unless you, get them to walk over, go to a Tony Robbins fire walk. That might change their point of view.
Well, I must say, the philanthropist I worked with was Aquarian. That was quite an adventure. But anyway, yes. So we have Jack Hammond has joined us on Behind the Curtain. So he's live with us on the show. So Jack, please type in if you do have a question or would like to be brought on the show or ask a question. Just type into the chat and we'll get it. And I guess I better open the chat in case somebody wants to say something. All right, so continue on with this interesting story about how the Venus is influencing all of us, Tom, Dick, and Harrys.
Okay.
And Jane.
Well, all the Piscean Tom, Dick, and Harrys.
Yeah.
And Pisces has a really interesting time in the next couple of weeks because Pisces is going to be very much like Scorpio. They're going to have some very strong psychic experiences and very deep dreaming, especially for the Pisceans. So I would tell Pisceans, again, how to use this energy. Go to bed early. Take a notebook and some paper right beside your bed so that when you get these amazing dreams that you're going to have, you can write them down. Because the Piscean experience of Venus will be very, very deep, very soulful, and very sublime.
Mm.
So not much on the outside going on, but a lot going on the as I said, the intranet.
In the internet, yes.
The intranet,
yeah.
INTRA, that's what I call it, the intranet.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a funny story to share, Tyson.
All right, go for it.
Speaking of intranet, a couple of weeks ago, I sent my sister some chocolate. And it's just really delightful because she didn't receive the chocolate till about 8 o'clock at night, a couple of days ago. And for some reason, I was just looking through Netflix trying to find a movie to watch. And I saw that the movie Chocolat was on Netflix. And I've seen Chocolat about 5 times. It's one of my favorite
awesome
movies.
Show.
So the actual, within 5 minutes of my sister opening up the chocolate package I sent her and starting to eat the chocolate, she called me to thank me for sending her the chocolate. And here I am watching Chocolat.
Wow, that's amazing. So welcome to just a minute here. We got a call. So, are you still there? Hello?
Yes.
All right, so you're on the healing hour. So do you have a question?
Oh, no, just listening in.
Oh, just listening in. Well, then the best thing is just leave the line open and listen in. Are you on Facebook? Can you listen there? Or can you go to, or you can just join us and listen here on, so if you want to join on through Zoom, just go join and type in TYHSON, and that will bring you on, and then you can listen that way. How about that? And that'll leave the line open.
I'm trying to do Zoom, and it says the meeting house will let you in soon, and it's been doing for.
All right, your name is your name Jack?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you in just, so just have your camera off, okay?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, you're in now, you're in. So you can hang up your phone. So if you have any questions you'd like to answer, just type them into the chat. And if you'd like to come on live, we'll bring you on live to ask your question as well. All right, thanks for joining the show. And you're now in to Behind the Curtain. Thank you, Jack. Bye for now. Well, there you go. You've got to actually admit people or they can't hear you, Tyson. Oh, learning how to manage behind the scene here. All right. Okay, so where are we? We were at
Pisces. I was talking about Pisces, and I had a little story to share about my chocolate experience with my sister.
Yeah, isn't that an amazing show? I like that whole movie. That's a good movie, Chocolate.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was even more amazing that my sister would call me within 5 minutes of me tuning into Chocolat, the movie, while she's eating the chocolate I sent her like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's pretty synchronistic. Yeah.
I have that with my sisters because we're all very psychically in tune. So that's actually quite common for us.
Right. Yeah.
All
so
right.
Must run in the family.
It does. Yeah. So let me just quickly mention Aries. For all the Aries out there, Aries ascendants, Venus is going to light up your love life, especially if you're married or you're in a committed relationship. And even if you're not in a personal relationship, it's actually going to be a very good time for Aries in the next 3 weeks for any public work you have to do. So anything to do with the public is super good for Aries. Super good. All right, moving on to Taurus. Taurus is really having quite a very good run of things right now and for the next 2-3 weeks because it's all about your health. So a lot of Tauruses are dieting, they're getting back in shape, they're going into the gym, and they're doing stuff that really makes them feel good. So it isn't a struggle anymore to get healthy for Taurus.
Wow. Are you talking to yourself?
Yes, I'm talking about myself.
Okay, good.
And for Geminis, Geminis are having, they're going to be having a wonderful time for their love life. In fact, because the North Node's going through Gemini, there's going to be a lot of new people come into your life in the next couple of weeks. So if you want to get hooked up with someone and you want it to be meaningful, this could be the time.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. This sounds like a lot of love in the air here.
Well, that's Venus in Libra. I mean, Venus, when the planets are in their home sign, it's just lovely. Yeah. And especially if they get support from their other, cast of characters up there.
Right. Yeah. Everybody plays the same tune, right?
Well, Venus is making, as I said, Venus is making this really lovely grand trine, a trine to Saturn, and then a trine to the North Node.
So let's talk about that. A lot of help. So let's just talk about that. So what little I know about Jupiter, because you were teaching me this, that takes the energy and blows it up and magnifies it because it's so gigantic, right?
That's Jupiter, yes.
Yes, that's Jupiter. Now, let's talk about the node. I don't understand about the node. What does the node do to the energy?
What the node does is it connects you with people. And so when a planet is aspecting I only work with the moon, as you know, I'm a moon specialist. So because all the planets have nodes, but when the moon's node gets activated, especially with Saturn, I'm talking about Saturn involved here, it concretizes things. It makes things real.
Right.
It's like you don't have to suppose anymore. It's like the universe will show you, for good or not so good, like how you feel about yourself, the changes you want to make. And the Venus just makes it a little sweeter. It's like putting sugar on everything. It makes it all go down, helps the medicine go down.
Right. I like that. Okay. All right. Next sign.
Next sign is Cancer.
Uh-huh.
Cancers have Venus moving through part of their blueprint that affects their home life. And so if you have any issues to do with parents, if you have any issues to do with your home, if you want to do some renovations, if God forbid you have to go find a new place to live, and I hear the prices of housing have really been going up, especially for our friends in the States, as you know, Tyson. It's a really good time right now to find, home sweet home. Your forever home if you're a Cancerian. Okay, and 2 more signs to go, Leo and Virgo. If you're a Leo, the time ahead in the next 2-3 weeks is fabulous for learning something. So Venus is moving through part of the astrological blueprint that will help you actually study something and help you retain it.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's also a good time to buy a car. Anything to do with vehicles, buses, transportation. That also kind of goes into this this astrological cornucopia. And last but not least is Virgo. And Virgos are in kind of a tricky time period. On one hand, it's a time to spend money, and on the other hand, it's a time to make money for Virgos. So a lot of Virgos listening are going to find their income streams going up.
Gee, maybe I could have a little of that too.
Well, hang out with some Virgos and it might rub off.
It might rub off, right?
Yeah, but Virgos are definitely going to get the benefit of Venus and Libra, which is going to affect the way. And here's the deal, Tyson. This is why they're going to make more money, because Virgos are going to feel like really worthy, and they're going to feel like they're actually worth something.
Well, there you are. That's the key, eh? Self-worth connected to prosperity.
Yeah, self-love. And so when you feel that self-love, what happens is people just respond to that. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with that guy or that gal because, she's worth it. He's worth it.
She's awesome. Yeah, and must be making a lot of money. So that's why this Libra energy with Venus, I got to love myself, because if I love myself and can cuddle up to myself, then I'm going to attract more like-minded people, and that's going to increase my likelihood of making money, right?
Well, as I say, you have a Sag ascendant, and so that's going to bring you, as I was saying, into expanding your social milieu. So you're in a great time to be promoting your organization and what you do on the planet. Anybody with Sagittarius energy should be definitely blowing their horn and self-promotion, Tyson.
All right, I will be doing that. Actually, I'm doing that, and I'll do it even more. So, okay.
You have my blessing. You have my cosmic blessing, my friend.
All right. Blow your horn. Da-da-da. Yeah. We'll hire Gabriel to blow the horn, right?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Put him to work.
Yes, it'll make a lovely duet.
Right, exactly. As long as it's in sympathetic harmony.
Yes.
Right, so we've done a tour of all the Venus influences on all the different astrological signs.
That's right.
And so where are we with the moon cycle here? What are we going into or coming out of here?
Well, let's see here.
Have you got ravens or crows in your backyard?
Oh, yes, they're everywhere. They were picking on this poor little cat up the street, and it was so bad they actually had to move.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, especially the the starlings.
Yeah.
They were hounding this poor little cat. Wow. It was really quite sad.
All right. Welcome to the Healing Hour, and you're live on the show. And who are we talking to?
Hello, your friendly neighbor.
It's Valerie. And you got to turn down that show in the background because I'm hearing myself double speak. Time lag. You still there, Valerie?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So what's your famous question? Or would you like to know, what would you like? It's all yours.
My birthday on the 18th of August. No, it's not.
Okay, your birthday is on the 18th of August. But what year were you born?
Telling you.
Well, then you won't know. Either you tell me when you were born and you're not going to find out, right? 48?
Yeah.
Okay, where?
Kingston, Jamaica, and I don't know the time. It was lunchtime.
It was lunchtime, but it was in where?
Jamaica.
Yeah, where in Jamaica? Port-au-Prince? Kingston, Jamaica. That's where my granddaddy used to go hang out, in Kingston, Jamaica.
Has this lady phoned in before? She sounds familiar.
She has. Her name is Valerie.
I think we did this for her already, didn't we?
You probably
No,
did.
You didn't tell me what's in store for me.
Oh, she says you didn't tell her what's in store for her.
Oh, no. We're not doing that, Val. No, I'm not telling people what's in store for them. But I do remember you because I remember charts. I have almost a photographic memory for charts. And I do recall you being a Leo with a moon in Aquarius. Do you remember me telling you that?
We're both talking at the same time. So Valerie, what did you say?
I wasn't asking for the future. I just wanted to know, like, sort of what to look for.
All right. Well, she wasn't asking about the future, but she wants to look for. And I think Kory was going to tell you something. I'm not sure what she was trying to say. So, Kory, what were you going to say?
No, I do remember, like I said, this lady had called in before, and I told her that her moon was in Aquarius. She was born just before the full moon. Because she was asking about her
power days.
Asking about her power days. Yeah. Well, I would just say, Val, well, I guess I'll just repeat myself what I said about Leos. Did you hear what I said about Leos? That it's a really good time to learn something. It's a good time to go back to school, or to learn something, or maybe to buy a car or a vehicle, because that's the energy of Venus right now in your life, just in a very general way.
Yeah, and by the way, I get that somebody's interested in you, so pay attention to all those good-looking men that are hanging around you. Somebody's interested in you, and you don't know that yet. So,
are they young?
I'm not going to tell you whether they're young. You be careful. No more robbing a cradle. Yeah.
That is a joke.
I know it's just a joke, but be aware, that's a impression I get is that it's now that energy is such that there's somebody who's interested in you. So be open to that possibility when you're having tea or you're out and about, right? You don't have to go looking for it. It will just happen naturally.
Oh, no, that's the last thing on my mind.
That's good because that's the first thing that will happen then.
Yeah, that's so true, Tyson. It's always when you're not expecting it that things like that happen.
Right. All right. So you're good to go. It sounds like you got an adventure in front of you.
Okay. Yes. I guess I better take the vaccine, eh?
You're going to take the vaccine. Why are you going to do that?
I want to travel.
Oh, well, yeah, it's interesting. There's some mixed message about traveling and vaccines. So do your homework. That's all I'll say. Some cases
Well,
you're not allowed to.
I'm actually not wanting to do it, but
Well,
I want to travel. And
yeah, what I'm telling you is do your.
Notice that if you want to travel.
No. I'm trying to tell you to do your homework. In some cases, you're not allowed to travel with a vaccine. Some cases, you're not allowed to travel without a vaccine. So do your homework before you make a decision, and always come from your guidance, right? Not from what other people think you should do.
Take it.
Right. Then follow your guidance. Okay.
Okay, dear.
All right. Love you.
You have a great day.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, with the vaccine, no, or not the vaccine, please just tune in. Your body will tell you your answer, which is appropriate for you. And it's important to listen to your body. So that's I've said what I want to say.
And Tyson, you were asking me about the phase of the moon that we're now in.
Yeah.
Well, we've just passed the quarter, the opening quarter of the of the sun and the moon. Because remember last week we were at the new moon phase.
Yeah, and we were setting our intentions, right? Yeah.
And so a week later, then we're going through. So now we're in the first quarter, right? And then a week from today, we'll be at the full moon phase. So it's about every 7 days. We go, from the quarter to the full moon, and then around, like I was saying, the moon cycle is about 28 days, and we have a brand new moon every 29 and a half days.
Right. And so if you use the moon for bringing about manifestation, then this is the time where you flesh out the intention that what you set in the new moon and get more clearer details on what it is that you want to manifest in the power of the full moon, if I'm understanding correctly.
Well, what I love about this particular phase of the moon we're in the first quarter, the opening quarter.
Yeah.
And I find that people who are born under this phase, and I know a lot of people born under this phase, they are real action junkies. They're the people out there in the world that, that are the EMTs and the nurses and the soldiers. They just love to be in the thick of things.
Right.
Because it's action. It's just action. It's pure on action. Right. Action.
Right. Yeah, that's a little bit too much for me. I guess a little more laid back Libra, right? I'll watch that happen, right?
Well, anybody born in this particular time is prone to action, which is why if you've noticed in the last couple of days, the tempo is picking up because we're now in this opening quarter phase of the moon, where things just start to move faster. Right. And that's why I posted to your website on Facebook to the wellness show. I posted just a little note to say, everybody just really watch, you don't go into overdrive too much, because there's this natural tendency to do that today, especially today. So you might want to just kick back a little bit and learn to relax. It's going to be hard, but just try to relax a little bit if it's possible today.
Right. Well, so out there, I think, Jack, are you still around and about? Do you have any question that you'd like to ask or type in for us to answer? Feel free. And Michael said something about no versus word. I don't know what that means. Some silent message from Michael from the great beyond. I don't know what he's referring to. So maybe you could be a little bit clearer on that, Michael, about maybe I don't know what he's whispering to the wind or whatever. So yeah, I'm hoping for rain here. We got a very, very muggy day full of clouds. It's but are socked in with clouds and smoke. Actually, I don't know if it's clouds, it's just smoke. It's hard to know which is which. Yeah, you can hardly see in front of your face here. There's ashes everywhere. So I know many people are experiencing this wherever you are. Michael just came from Ontario and said it's been pretty smoky from Manitoba right across. So I guess most of Canada, 3/4 of Canada is experiencing this really difficult time with all these fires. So if you're into being able to do weather modification, then this is the time to do your rain trance or your invocation to bring on the element of rain, right? Let's cool this planet down. We have a change and transformation for the moment. And in listening to a video this morning as part of the men's group, it seems that predictions are that we'll have increased volcanic activity. And of course, we had that in Haiti, and apparently we'll have more and more volcanoes happening because of the electromagnetic energies on the planet. And some of them will be happening in places where we least expect it. So we're into some very interesting times of transformation, and these what some people call the end times. Of course, the nice thing about the end times, it means that there must be a new beginning. So stay tuned, and if you want to ask any questions about that or what's up on your life or on planet Earth, the lines are open, 1-866-369-7464, and we've still got a ways to go in the show, so there's lots of time to phone in. So,
and I think everybody should realize that every day when you wake up and you're above ground is a new day.
That's right. It is a new great day, right?
And that is just the cycle of life, and just pure. It's just, I don't know. I just am just so blessed these days. I just feel so grateful to be alive, Tyson. Just to be living my life and doing what I'm doing, and just being just so lucky to be here. We're at such an incredible time on the planet, and I have to say, I used to live in Hawaii for a while, and I studied with the Kahunas there, and they used to talk about the White Brotherhood, which are all of the intergalactic our brothers and sisters, from other, shall we say, stars.
Yeah.
And they're here, and they're helping to protect us. They're doing their best. They don't want to interfere too much. But I worked with one kahuna in particular who used to be a guest at the United Nations, and she used to give lectures there and presentations. And she used to talk all the time about watching them, go in and into the ocean. I think a lot of people have no idea just how gorgeous our planet is, and it's just not our home. It's home to some other species as well.
Yeah, no, that's really right. True is that this is not just planet Earth going through this major change. We're what you might call the pivot point, not only for the solar system but for this part of the galaxy. So a lot of extraterrestrials are quite interested in what we're doing. They can't interfere, but they're not going to let us do anything that's crazy making, that like blowing ourselves up. That's not going to happen because it would disrupt everything intergalactically. So that's not going to happen. So at least we have a fail-safe there. But other than
yes, because it's their home as well.
Exactly. In the meantime, they're waiting, hoping that we can sort out our differences in the sandbox of life here on planet Earth and learn how to get along each other without clobbering each other with the shovels and the sand pail.
And that's one of the things I love about Venus moving through Libra. When Venus, the goddess of love and attraction, is in her home sign, and when she's making these wonderful aspects to Saturn and the North Node, it really talks about our shared humanity and how we all benefit. When you're happy, I'm happy. When you're in a good mood, you're going to help me become in a good mood. So it's really a wonderful time on the planet. In some respects, I mean, there's always catastrophe somewhere and chaos, but it's certainly a time, look what's happening in Haiti, right? It's a time, at least, when people are willing to help.
Yeah, I think the important thing to remember, those that have achieved enlightenment or they really realize that there is no separation between them and anybody else. So the illusion is that we're separate, right? The illusion is that we're not one, that somehow there's you and there's me and everybody else, but in actual fact,
Right.
We are actually one.
And if you look, and all you have to do is look at the global weather patterns to know it. I mean, even on a on a geographical level, like the planet is spinning pretty fast, and all that pollution is going around the world. No one is
Well, the nice
immune
thing
from
about that is the
pollution.
pollution going around the planet super fast, but so is the Venus of love going around the planet super fast too. So you're absolutely right. Wherever there's a negative, there's a positive, and so that's, we can spin out that Venus love just as quickly as we can the pollution, right? So all
Yeah.
you love bunnies out there, breathe it in and love yourself unconditionally and love all those around you, and stop hitting each other with these pails and shovels, and love each other for all the amazing differences we have. It makes up what we call planet Earth, right? And
Right.
we're all here to graduate, so let's get it over and done with, eh?
And what Venus and Libra suggests to me, especially with today's particular energy, is just to stop like wrestling with each other. Like just stop trying to prove that, your ego is better than, than someone else's. It's like that's not going to get us anywhere. That's
Yeah, but my daddy does have a bigger gun than yours.
yeah.
All right.
Well, it's as they say, it's a zero-sum game. You can't have winners and losers. It's just not practical.
No, you can't have losers, because the only person that loses in the end is you. So, yeah. So stop it already. I mean, I'm talking to myself too, because we get into this. Are you going to get up on the sunny side of life? Always on the sunny side. That song is really quite important, right? Always on the sunny side. It's your choice, is what we're trying to say. How do you want to get up and manage your day? You want to be grumpy, or you want to be on the sunny side of life? Anyway, the lines are open, and we are talking away here, and we could be talking to you. So, Mr. Jack Hammond, do you have anything that you would like to ask? You're very, very quiet in the background. And somebody said, Jack says, what did she say about Capricorn? So you better tell Jack a little bit about Capricorn and Venus energies. I guess he missed that.
Well, I hope they know who she is. I have a name.
Wow. Okay. They did say she. So, okay. Her name is Kory, and it's on the screen. It's Kory, Varlen, Varlen.
I mean, I do love pronouns, but when you absolutely know someone's name, it's kind of nice to actually address them by their name.
Yeah. Don't get into pronouns. That's just really.
No, I mean, the love goes faster when you actually, because everybody's name has a meaning. That's why people change their names.
Right.
And I know there's a story behind everybody's name. That's something that I find fascinating.
All right.
So she was wondering about what I said about Capricorn.
This is Jack, so it's a he. So let's get the pronouns right.
So was Jack asking about Capricorn?
Yeah, it said, what did she? But of course, I typed in her name. Oh, you did. Okay. Oh, we didn't see it. Oh, my apologies. So I'm just reading what it says on the screen. It says, but anyway, let's get on with it. We don't care. She loves you anyway, whether you named her or didn't name her. All right. What did Kory say about Capricorn?
I said that it was time to promote your business, to promote what you're doing. And if you have to pay money to do that, then do it, because it's time to get your name out there in lights.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, and I may be totally wrong, but I think if I remember this, Jack Hammond has, and I don't know, but I'm getting told that he has a business with his son, and it's time to start promoting that and get clearer on what that's all about. So that's the message.
Yes, it is. And there's a lot of activity right now. There may be some legal issues that Jack needs to take care of.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain amount of that going on in the background. And if it's not legal, it's certainly contractual stuff. And it could be something to do with import-export. If he's in an import-export kind of business, that's particularly important for him right now, because that's what I see around him. And doing whatever you have to do to promote yourself.
So get clear about the contracts. The contracts are really important, the wording, and I keep getting the word clarity, right? So be really clear on what it is that you want to bring about. What is your business all about? And the clearer you can get on that, the easier it will to manifest into reality. So this is the time to be really do that work. And he said, what did he say? He said something. Yes, thank you. So he said, yes, thank you, right? So, yeah, well, you're welcome. Yeah, so that's what we're getting. So if you thought that sort of information was valuable for Jack, that's the sort of information we can give you. If you phone in, we're both very gifted psychics, and we can tune into your energy field, not only from the point of view astrologically, but also just from your auric field and give you a sense of what's going on. And the reason we do this is to give you a leg up so that in this time of transformation and change, you can get on with your life with a little bit more ease and grace in this time of massive change. And who doesn't want a little bit more ease and grace in their life? So the lines are open. We have a few more minutes to go here. 1-866-369-7464, toll free in North America, waiting for your call.
And Tyson, I have to, I'm not brown nosing you, but I do have to say that every time I've heard you speak about someone that's called in and their situation, especially Val, and I've noticed this, for the, I don't know how many times we've been doing the show now, but your psychic impressions are right on. And they certainly dovetail with my astrological knowledge because, everything I hear you say, it's like I can see that, through my own filter, the astrological filter that I work with. I can see it's just so true. I mean, you really are gifted.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It comes from just trusting one's guidance. And for you listening to the shows, you too can do this. There's nothing extraordinary other than you have to believe in your impressions that you're getting, test them out, be like a scientist would. And, like you need to prove positive that it's true. And once you know that it's true and you know that it's true for a number of times and things that are not that important, then you know that it's true in bigger things. And then you don't doubt yourself anymore because, hey, this is Venus and this is Libra, and it all comes down to loving yourself. And if you love yourself and trust yourself, that you have the back from the divine, that you're getting crystal clear guidance, then why would you question it? Right? And the more that you trust it, the more you receive, the more clarity it is, and you just then grow exponentially. Like it's a flower blossoming, you're just allowed to have more clarity, more clarity, more clarity. So it's simple, but we all start out in the Wellness Academy with me helping you learn how to dowse. And why do I teach you how to dowse or do muscle testing or body spraying? Because it's training wheels for guidance on demand, right?
Yes.
You know, yes or no, then you're on your way. You can ask the most extraordinary, difficult questions and get clear answers. And who doesn't want clear answers? Wow.
Tyson, I'm just going to throw something out there before you and anyone listening, but they have to be listening right now. And so for anyone who is listening to the show right now, I have 2:48 p.m. here in Edmonton, Mountain Time. So it'd be 1:48 your time. And I'm just going to throw a little synchronicity. Anybody listening at this point needs to go out and do something related either to their career or to do something related to their community. It's kind of like a C energy. It's like a career, community, calling kind of energy. And if you're hearing this, I encourage anyone to go out there and put some muscle behind their ego and do it in a way that just acknowledges your expertise in your area and what you're doing, because it's a time for action. And that is because it's coming through. This is like a chess game I play with the planets. And there's so many different moves, to get checkmated, right? And so what I'm just seeing with the first quarter moon, which is the energy, the action-oriented phase. And right now I'm just seeing this sense that we all need to actually get out there and we gotta get ourselves in motion. It's really important.
And once you do that, then of course at the top of the hour, we want you to come listen to the Garden Like a Guru show. And why do we want you to do that? Because we want you to learn how to produce your own food. And why is that important? Because we're going into the midst of food scarcity. And I don't want to scare you, but the latest reports are coming in from the geological there's crop failures pretty well planetary wide because of this really amazing drought that we're going through. So learning how to manage and grow your own food is extremely important. It's not just a fun thing that you do in your front or backyard. It has to do with actually security, food security for you and your family. So the show is every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and you can watch it on the YouTube channel, the Wellness Academy YouTube channel, or you can watch it on the Wellness Show Facebook page or the Wellness Academy Facebook page and join us and learn how to do all of this. Everything from planting seeds all the way to harvesting and canning and food preservation, how to plant a winter garden, all that is part of the show. So come and join us. So it says here, sent 20 minutes ago, suggested you call and hasn't replied. Kimberly and Montgomery, under fire, dark, evil entities. Well, if you're under fire from dark, evil entities, I'd say, I know this sounds absolutely absurd, but I'll say it anyway, congratulations. Because if you're under fire from dark, evil entities, it means you're ready to graduate. Nobody comes knocking on your door, harassing you at that level, unless you're a high-powered, potentially spiritually upward mobile being that's getting their shit together to bring about planetary change and transformation. Otherwise, they leave you alone. So I want you to open the front door and say, I don't care if you're Satan's second cousin, glad that you arrived here because we're going to settle this right here, right now. I'm a sovereign human being. This is my incarnation. This is my body. I'm in charge. And I don't need you anymore because you just taught me that I need to take back my personal power and stand in my truth. And I'm going to do that. So thank you for reminding me, because we'll just get to work. And now you can close the door and you can go bother somebody else because I've got your message. So I know that sounds really crude, but it's just about that simple. You really are never going to be intact unless you're willing and able to do the necessary work to up level to the next level of your spiritual growth and transformation. So if that's you and this is happening in your life, then you need to get hold of me and we're going to help you make the next best step to clean this up once and for all so that you become uneffable. Well, whatever that word is with a few blank letters in it. Okay? We want you to be able to just, doesn't matter who knocks on your door, you got this one. Okay? So.
And Tyson, can I just throw in something here?
Sure. Absolutely.
For what it's worth, and this is just my own psychic impression and piggybacking on what you've said, there is absolutely no argument here. There is no argument.
No.
The energy that is being sort of diffused around this person has got to do with a state that is it's not even there. It's like I don't even quite know how to say it, but it's just not, it's kind of like, the acronym FEAR. FEAR stands for false evidence appearing real. Are you familiar with that? And it's kind of like what this energy to me feels like. It's like, it isn't really real. And so much of our own, difficulties in life are from our own, phobias and fears. And it's just really nothing there at all. It's kind of like we've created this framework on which we get to feel little and small and picked on and victimized. And it's false. It's just false evidence appearing real.
Yeah, I don't want to discredit you, though, the people listening. I mean, for them, it's really real, and I get that, and it's scary as shit. And you don't like your ankles being bitten or bitten in the butt, and I get that. And it feels like the end of the world, and you believe that nobody could be under worse possession than you, and there's nobody that is in a worse possession ever on the planet except you. So I get that it's not nice, right? But my job is to help you get through this fear and get out the other side, right?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's really important in my work is just to show people that, whatever you believe, you obviously believe it. And to that extent, it will have a physical effect on you.
Absolutely. So
that's the power of belief, regardless of what it is you believe.
So I'm just phoning WhatsApp here, listening to this. So you're live on the Wellness Show on the Healing Hour. What would you like to ask?
Actually, I wanted you to pray for Jared so that he can heal.
All right, we'll put in a prayer for Jared. and we'll send him some energy. I know he's going through really, really rough times, and that he's had a major accident in Uganda. And so we will send him some energy his way, and we'll do that right away. So thanks for phoning in, and bye for now. So Jared is a young man who works in Uganda, and he works with disadvantaged youth and families. He's a very dedicated young man, and he's had a major accident where he's been hit with a vehicle on his ministry in one of the villages and needs some help.
When did this happen, Tyson?
About 2 weeks ago. And he's trying to raise money to go to the hospital, right? To have some serious work done in the hospital. And his family can't afford to pay for it. Unfortunately, I've helped support him before, but I'm not in a financial position to be able to help him at this time. But so that's one of his friends or his brothers phoning in.
Maybe they could start a GoFundMe page for him.
Yeah, we could try and do that. Yeah, sounds like a good idea, right? So, but there's also something a little strange that I've told him that I would work with him again. I feel, and you can maybe check this out, I feel that he is being misused, not himself. I think he's an honest person, but I think somebody's messing with his energy field and taking advantage of him. So I've been asking him to clear that up. So there's a clear channel. It just doesn't ring true in my world, and I can't really work with somebody that it doesn't ring true. So anyway, I don't pick up anything on that. So I've been asking him and his brother, please get that straightened out. And they keep saying, well, it's already straightened out and there's not a problem. And well, when I tune into it, I know that there's still a problem. So I don't know, maybe we can help him get that cleaned up too. So, and I'm not saying that he consciously knows what it is, but there's something going on, which is not unusual in a country like Uganda, where people are used to using each other for different reasons, right? Political, otherwise, and it's really hard to sort that all out. So a lot of charities are become used as fronts for getting us teary-eyed to make donations, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not.
Well, I have to say that's part of this first quarter moon phase that we're in. It's a crisis phase. Remember, first quarter is crisis. It's often chaos. A lot of stuff's going on, and a lot of people are often at cross purposes with each other. And, that's why one of my opening statements today, apart from the Venus energy that I explained, is just to have people relax more and to get a little more aware of, like, just not trying to please everybody, like, because you can't. You have to just please yourself. And I think a lot of people are in problems today and have been for about the last 3-4 days because they're just overextending themselves. They're trying to, please too many people, and you can't do that right now. And so today is like the watershed day. Today is a great day to look at your life and go, where am I overdoing it? Where am I busting my ass trying to get people to love me, care for me, help me? And it's just not working.
That's right.
It's not working because you're in overdrive.
Right.
If anything,
take a step back. So Kimberly, we're nearly at the top of the hour, my dear. What's up and what would you need some help with?
I just wanted to call in and tell you that our Sundance ceremony went really well.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I felt like a lot of stuff was cleared away. Like I was telling my family and friends that after the ceremony, I felt like a clear pond, like the water.
Oh, wow.
Clear and still.
I'm so pleased for you. I mean, you did the work, you got the results. You're a living testimony of coming on off of addiction, doing the work through the deep clearing protocol, and actually getting really amazing results. So thank you for doing the work and getting the results and encouraging others to do the same, right? There's so much pain in the Indigenous community that could get cleaned up by doing the deep clearing protocol. So be an advocate, let them know that that's what you did and they can do it too. Not that difficult.
Okay.
Well, love, thank you for phoning in. I really, really am appreciative of the fact that you're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, and you did the painting, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it finally arrived, and thank you very much. Unfortunately, you put on the value for it, so the customs made me pay a lot of money for the painting, but it's hanging on the wall. And I appreciate it. Yeah, so next time, say it's a gift, and then I don't have to pay the customs so much money, right? I don't know if there's a next time. And that's all right. I love the painting. It's on the wall. I appreciate it. Every time I look at it, it reminds me of my angel Sarah, who's passed over. So thank you. I love you dearly, and thanks for phoning in. All right. Bye for now. We're at the top of the hour, and before we go, Kory, how do people get hold of you to work with you?
Oh, they just go to my website, koryvarlen.com.
Yeah, and all that information should be in the show notes too. And if you want to have a session with me, there's a way to book a free session with me in the show notes. Love to work with you, help you take this next big step. All right, same time, same place next week. Until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.